Hey guys, so got a couple gripes here. You guys have all seen this before. It's my Scorpion. You will notice something a little different. So I did get my Magpul grip finally from Magpul. Much better of an angle and much better feeling than the original grip that comes on the Scorpion. But I do have some criticisms. It's overpriced for what you get. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. I'll give you a close-up. As you can see, there's a seam because it's a clamshell design. Two bolts hold it together here and here. Mounting bolt. Some people complained about the fitment back here where it's flush up against the receiver. There is just a tiny little bit of light you can see through there, not much. And it seems, from what I've seen in the Facebook groups, kind of varies depending on your Scorpion, how well this grip fits. I would have liked to have seen it rubberized like the Mo Plus grips. And I did actually fill out the feedback form from Magpul, and I told them as such. I told them it should have been a one-piece design instead of the clamshell, because the clamshell design is just stupid. We'll see how well it does longevity-wise, but I have a feeling it's not going to stand up very well. Overall, I like the grip angle. Grip texture is good, but their execution and actually producing the grip kind of sucked, surprisingly for Magpul. They usually don't put out a bad product. Now the bad thing with this design is, let me fold this out of the way. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Yes, I am pointing it right at myself. You got a seam here and a seam on the front strap also. Now if it looks kind of weird, it's because I had to take a file to it. That probably shows up a little better. And I had to file both seams because with that design, they were tweaked out of place a little bit. So it had an actual burr because the two sides didn't line up. Now, if Magpul had actually done a one piece, wouldn't have that issue. And for, I think it was about 25 bucks, 24 bucks and change, you shouldn't have to freaking take a file to your grip. I haven't actually shot it since I put the grip on. Between work and school right now, things have been a little crazy, and I did get a new toy. So this is my current configuration. I do like it. I wish they had rubberized the grip and it was a single piece grip. That's my criticism for it. So that's all I got on the Scorpion. Now, my new toy is this. This is an Arsenal 106 pistol. It's a 5.56 AK pistol. I've put about 200 rounds through this so far. I did have a weird failure to extract, failure to feed deal. But I guess that's kind of common to a 5.56 AK. I had a partial extraction where it was surprisingly with brass case, where the expended brass case must have popped off the extractor about halfway out, and it went back and tried feeding another round. So it was a weird malfunction. That's the only malfunction I've had. It did it once. My criticism, I don't know how well you'll be able to hear that, but handguard's loose. Drives me fucking nuts when that happens. I got a spring coming. I may be able to modify to wedge in between the gas block here and the handle to tighten it up. We'll see how that works and if I can modify it. Bought this off Gunbroker. Paid a little bit more than I wanted to, but with how hard it is to actually find one of these right now, I did it. Now, as you can see, Magpul grip, rubberized. Get it through your head, Magpul. People just want this grip to fit the Scorpion. I do plan on changing a few things on these. These handguards are eventually going to go away once I can afford to order the handguards I want. I'm probably going to end up having this flash suppressor taken off because it doesn't do jack shit. But supposedly there is threading under here, so if I get a long enough one, I can just thread it on. Now the back end is what annoys the shit out of me, and I don't know why Arsenal did this. You see this little mount? You can't put any kind of folding stock onto that. What you end up having to do is, underneath here, there's a roll pin or a solid pin. You got to drill it out before you can take this rotating sling loop out, and then you can take that plate off if you want to use the left hand folding stock or a brace. Only problem with that is, if you want to mount optics, it fucks with this. So I'm probably going to end up having to have somebody drill out and pull the rear trunnion and just put a regular rifle trunnion back in. It is what it is, because I want to be able to use it with a right hand folding brace. So that way I can run an optic on it, because I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but these little U-notch sights suck. So red dot is definitely the way to go on this. I have seen there is a newer version of this top cover that instead of having the U-notch, it's got a peep sight in it. I would have to see one to see if it would be worth actually spending like the $70 to get a new top cover and then having someone change it out. I would like to put an extended mag catch, because this one's very stiff, and let's see here, it's actually really freaking short. Now I have picked up a couple extra mags for this. It only came with one 30-round mag. I spent $75 on two 20-rounders, which I was not very happy about, but it's kind of basically what you pay, what you deal with when you want a 5.56 AK. I plan on picking up some of the Pro Mag. I think they're the SAR 3 5.56 AK mags. Supposedly they work in that. They're cheap. You can find them $10 to $15. There'll be a range mag. See how they, buy a couple, see how they run, kind of deal. This is completely controllable as is, because it's relatively heavy for a rifle caliber pistol. So I didn't actually have any accuracy issues with this. It shot good. I've got about 200 rounds. I put about 150 rounds of brass case through it. I've got about 50 rounds of steel case through it now. Because it's an AK, it should run steel case. Unfortunately, the indoor range did not like the fact I was running steel case, because they claim at the velocities it's coming out of the barrel, which they said was like 3,500 feet per second, which, short barrel, not going to reach 3,500 feet per second on this. It's not a 16-inch barrel. I will end up changing out the safety lever to one with the Krebs style extra safety here. The extra flat lever here. Probably will actually buy the Krebs. With probably the bolt hold open feature. I just don't know exactly which Krebs to go with. Because the way the safety lines up in here is a little wanky. I'm going to have to email them and find out which one they recommend for Arsenal. I'm still considering doing a PMag adapter magwell. If I can find somebody that does it. And depending on what it costs to do it. I know Definitive Arms used to do it. Supposedly they don't do it anymore. So I don't know if I'd have to call Krebs up or maybe even Rifle Dynamics. Because it would be nice to be able to just run cheapo PMags. Overall, it's in great shape for being a used gun. I don't know the exact date of it. I think it's like 2011. I could be wrong on that date. For a stock trigger, it's actually got a pretty nice trigger in it. Not much else about this. I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. I checked it over, made sure all the rivets were good on it. Had the guy at my local shop who is a Arsenal aficionado. He looked it over. He played with it a little bit when I took when I went and got my transfer. Did the transfer paperwork on this. It's he liked it. He's like, that's not bad for what you paid for. I'm still trying to figure out what spring I can run in this. Because it is a shortened system. So I don't think this is a stock AK spring, but I could be wrong. So overall, I'm real happy with this. But this is going to be a Gucci gun. I'm going to pimp it out because realistically, braces are the way to go. I could have gotten a rifle version of this, which you never know, I may still buy it. I do love my AKs. I actually prefer AKs over ARs just because they're simpler. Less things that can go wrong. As for the Scorpion, for the time being, I'm done tinkering with it. I still haven't decided what I'm going to put up here for, you know, a muzzle brake or a flash suppressor, whatever you want to put on it. I haven't decided, but other than that, it's done. It's the way I like it, the way I want it. I may make one or two minor changes to it here and there. But overall, it's pretty much done. I really do like this Cobra AFG because you can grab it like that. But I usually just grab like that. And with that little wing right here, it makes that transition nice and smooth. Which is why I went with that. But overall, pretty sweet gun. Oh, I think it's just about time for Obnoxious Ones chat. So I'm just going to wrap this up real quick and head over there. Oh yes, I am from New England. Deal with it.